And good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. It is the 13th of October, and all of a sudden my phone has decided it's got a whole bunch of messages for me. Let's fix that right away. And let's get to it. It's Chat CANNA. We've got an exciting show for you today. It was a little brisk, nippy as I walked across to the studio this morning, but on the other hand, Gary Kaltenberg was telling me that last year, this time, we had a foot of snow. Any complaints? Raise your hand, please. Raise your hand in the back. Any complaints? No complaints. Good. Glad to hear it. Look at those pumpkins. Is that not a beautiful, beautiful fall morning picture? And the trees, although we had that really sharp wind the other day, it actually threw one of my cameras off. I have to go fix it after the show. But other than that, there are still some beautiful trees here in our neighborhood. And it's really a nice day. Well, today, our show is going to take a left turn. We are going to talk about part of hemp that we have not talked about before, other than in passing. And but in one of our guests last week or the week before, Mr. Adams from over there at the Adams Family Farm now has packages available of Hemp Hearts, as they're called. It is the inside of the hemp seed. Here's the hemp seed. There you can see it. Those are actually 4 times as big as they really are. They're like 1/4 the size of that. Of course, on your screen, they look really big, but if you can just imagine in your mind. And then inside of that is a beautiful little heart. And it's mostly round, and it's completely digestible. And it can be made soft and used like quinoa, if you know what that is. But it's another grain, and it is, of course, totally edible for humans, for cattle at some point. You're going to see that coming along, and I'm sure it will be mixed into animal food and separate from the FDA's talking about CBD not being approved for human consumption or pet consumption. You know, that is on the books yet, even though that's starting to change. But the FDA still has rules about that, as all of these products are being made for people to put in their mouths and to feed your pets and things. We are now always looking at hemp hearts as food, and it hasn't been talked about yet, but the internet is now full, absolutely full of recipes for using this. And it's time for you to know about that. We are going to make it available. And you have to go knocking on your grocer's door. You have to go knocking on your favorite health food store. We are going to make it available. You are going to be, if nowhere else, we're going to have the availability for you to buy Red River Valley grown hemp hearts. So you are able to use this product. And we have a bunch of websites here today. I'm not trying to play favorites to any one of them, but as you can see here, and I'm doing some new technology I haven't done before. Look, isn't that cool? We can actually make them bigger and me smaller. But as we do that, let's see if we can grab some pictures up here. This is all new button pushing for me. So, and I don't have a way to make just the picture big right now. But look at here. Here's a burger. That's meat, but there's a whole bunch of hemp hearts mixed into it like a meatloaf. And of course, this is obviously a particularly healthy eating person, because it looks like there you can see my my marker moving even, but it looks like they've got a whole bunch of green and vegetable things in there, along with some really good cheese. I would take some of that out. I might do the tomato and the cheese, but I'm not such a green eater. But look at that bun. Oh my goodness. That is like 2 tops of a bun, I think. They did that, you know, for the picture. Here we're looking at banana berry hemp seed pudding. This is coming to us from the Minimalist Baker. The other one before, we got to give credit. Wholesale Pasteria. You know, that's a bakery, a French word for bakery. Here's banana and berry hemp seed pudding from the Minimalist Baker. Here, these are some of the things from the 5-day vegan beginner's guide. Carissa Vegan Kitchen. And here is, she is talking about salad dressings, smoothies, hummus, protein shakes, dips, sandwich spreads, sauces, cold soups. I don't know about you. Vichyssoise, French word for a cold soup, never been my favorite. And pesto, that would be interesting to make a pesto. Pesto, of course, generally made with garlic, basil, pine nuts, and olive oil, and put on pasta. I like it hot. Some people can do it cold. Um, wow. So this is a product that's, of course, come to us. The vegans have started it. The vegetarians are expanding it. And you can now see how this can be used in everyday food. Here she's saying, why cook with hemp seed oil? It contains sitosterol, helps reduce cholesterol. It has essential fatty acids that help with skin issues such as acne, eczema. Is it eczema or eczema? And psoriasis. Helps heal skin cells, prevents skin cancer. Probably not been proven. Some of these things are claims. Omega-9 and a good ratio of omega-6 and omega-3. And of course, we like that a lot. These are all wonderful things, and we're going to go over some of those, including some actual recipes. But if you want recipes, really, you got to just get out there on the internet and just search. I just searched this morning for hemp seed recipes, a place called the spruceeats.com. The spruce, like a spruce tree, the spruceeats.com. They are talking about raw foods, granola trail mix recipes with hemp seed. They actually make homemade hemp milk. I got to give that a try, but I am not a fan of almond milk or any of those kind of things. So I probably wouldn't like that. But we have somebody in our house who is. So I'm saying that's worth a try. That would be an interesting thing, how to make raw vegan hemp milk. And there you can see a really good picture of what the hemp hearts look like when they are deshelled. There they are right there. Here's what she does. She takes, and again, this is the Spruce Eats, a half a cup of hemp seeds, 2 cups of water, a teaspoon of agave nectar. That would be for sweetness. Vanilla extract. You can optionally use some orange zest, and raw cacao powder. We gotta, cacao. We've got to be fancy. Powder. You gather the ingredients. You put the hemp seeds, the water, the nectar, the vanilla in a blender, and you just blend them up 20, 30 seconds. It's going to be smooth and creamy. You can strain it through a cheesecloth because there'll always be the little kind of half shells of the hemp seeds, and you serve it immediately or refrigerate it, airtight container, up to 3 days. And you have made, there it is in the background, you have made raw vegan hemp milk. The word vegan, of course, means that it comes from a place where there's absolutely no animal product in it. Believe it or not, some chocolates are not vegan because they have an oil in them that would have come from a cow. And just to take a side trip here for just a minute, being vegan, which I have no problem with, I don't make jokes about it. But there's vegetarian and then there's vegan. And vegan, of course, means that you are absolutely plant-based, because if you're vegetarian, there's still a couple of things that you might, you will include eggs, milk, and things that come from animals but don't hurt animals in any way. And there's just different layers of it. But if you're a pure vegan, you just go out of your way to only have things that are grown with no side chemical in them at all. Like, for instance, a little bit of oil that they put in a chocolate, or French fries that were fried in an oil that might have a little bit of animal fat or something in them. So don't be afraid of the word vegan. Include vegan dishes in what you feed your family and your children. A couple of reasons. They're going to go out in the world. They're going to end up at college, and they're going to be invited over to people's houses. And every once in a while, they're going to end up at a vegan dinner or a vegetarian dinner. And we need them to not turn their noses up at getting an entire vegetable meal. It's not bad. And believe me, I am a carnivore. I'm an omnivore, actually. I am an omnivore because I like fish, seafood, everything but insects. I will draw the line at insects, and I'm not going there. I just probably will not in my life. No, won't, won't. Except honey. Honey, of course, comes from a bee, but there's no. Well, depends on how you want to fight your words. But I love honey. I love American crystal sugar, of course, because I have that in my veins for 4 generations back. It's actually part of the family DNA now. But separate from that, um, don't shy away. Dexter and Betsy Perkins, Betsy was the kind of the pivot person over at Amazing Grains in Grand Forks for most of its life. And they used to host Snag Saturday night at Grains. A lot of people, they would rotate in hosting it, but they actually developed a cookbook. They developed a wonderful cookbook of all of their vegetarian meals. And I do think it's available on the internet. If you are looking for it, let me know. I will find you a digital copy of it. But it's about this big. It's like a kind of a homegrown vegetarian recipe cookbook. And I ate over at Snag a whole bunch of times. And, you'd make a joke about, well, now let's go out for a steak. The Bronze Boot was still open then. And we would make jokes about that. But really, the meals, the dishes were exceptionally delicious. They were over the top, spiced and seasoned and delicious. And Dex and Betsy, when this thing that's going on now in the world is over, we just have to make it a point to get together regularly, enjoy some of those recipes again, because they were wonderful. But anyway, here we have, and you can search for that at the Spruce Eats. One of the things, kale, feta, and hemp seed, a superfood salad. Let's take a look at what that looks like. And there you can see a pretty good picture of that right there. I'm trying to keep the commercials off of here is what I'm doing, you see. So she's got a cup of lentils. Lentils are one of my favorite superfoods. I always keep red lentils and regular lentils. I don't know if I've ever had any green lentils around here. I imagine they're available at some of the smaller little groceries in Grand Forks. Sea salt, garlic, shallots. I like shallots better often. I like it kind of more gently flavored rather than a harsh garlic. A lemon, a ground black pepper, some mustard, olive oil, and some spring onions probably at the end. Yeah, see, they're just chopped up in there. Okay, so where's she putting in the did she trick us here? She tricked us. Where's she adding the she listed it as a, I don't know where she's putting the hemp seed in. We're going to go and do that later. Hemp seed and basil pesto. Look at that. That absolutely looks delicious. Let's run this down. Fresh basil, olive oil, pine nuts, garlic cloves, yeast. Interesting. That's just for nutrition. Again, where is she putting the pesto? Where is she putting? Oh, I can smell it. Can you feel the garlic and the basil coming off of that? Sun-dried? Nah, don't put sun-dried tomatoes in it. That's changing it too much. Well, we've got to dig into her recipes more and see what she's substituting here. I'm guessing she's going to substitute the pine nuts for, she's got a couple of pine nuts and she is substituting those for our Hemp Hearts. It's got to be where she's going with that. This is what we want to show you, that you can use Hemp Hearts in so many ways. It's quinoa, but Hemp Hearts, they just work the same. Look at that, a breakfast porridge. Chocolate banana and breakfast. You can just substitute Hemp Hearts for all of these things. So get on the internet. This one I'm just really curious about. Look at that. Look at that. Burgers so nicely done. This is purchased from Fair Foods. They are on Amazon. I have seen them. You can buy hemp seeds, but we're going to get you a source locally. My goodness. If nothing else, what a photographer the Wholesome Pastoria is here, huh? They have mayo. That green stuff is mayo dressing. Not for me. I have always made a joke that mayo is not for me. Let's see what she's got here. Mayonnaise, yeast, hemp seed, 2 tablespoons of hemp seed, salt and pepper. She bought the burger buns at the store. Patties, sweet potatoes, leeks, carrots, onion stalks, parsley, garlic powder, hemp seeds. So this is an absolutely vegetarian burger there. There's no meat in there. I'll tell you what, I would make it with some really nice beef. I got beef from over in Grand Forks from the Tupa family this year, and it is the nicest beef that a guy in the Red River Valley could ever wish for. And along with that beef, I would make a meatloaf, and I would add these other things to it and kind of stretch it out and also get some more flavor and everything in there. Wow, that would be good. And those buns, I got to find where those buns come from. Look at that. Anyway, that's what we wanted to take up time with the show today and show you that, my goodness, look at the things that you can do and look at the food that you can make. And we are going to talk with Chris Adams, and we are going to start getting packets of seed, both non-hulled and hulled. And we are going to start getting our recipe list together so that the cooks, that's both women and men, come on, you guys, from the Red River Valley, are going to be able to start using Hemp Hearts in all of your cooking. Here, I just searched for recipes with hemp seeds in our friends at Google, and look, here's 13. How to eat hemp seeds at Bon Appetit, magazine I had for years. And look, this goes back to 2015. So they've been in the game now for 5 years. There's that bran and berry hemp seed pudding we looked at. More pictures here. Let's see. This is a meatball. This is a pasta with meatballs. Look at that one over there. I'm just getting way too hungry here. I feel lunch is going to be coming at me long before 12 o'clock high. Let's see where this, Oh My Vegetables, hemp seed recipes. This is ohmyveggies.com. And look at that. Now, of course, a smoothie. Everybody's doing smoothies. I'm sorry. I'm much more interested in this. Here's a linguine pasta with mushrooms. Creamy, and made with cauliflower too. And muffins. Oh my goodness. This was designed just to get you excited about the fact that Hemp Hearts are finding their way into the American diet. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at that. And it's time for everybody to start thinking about how you can do that. Now, this is her pesto here. Now, I would blend mine. I don't like the chunky kind, but that's fine. Protein-packed hemp seed pesto. Hemp Hearts replacing nuts in this protein-rich basil pesto. It's going to be a fun fall season here. When the leaves finally fall off the trees and that snow starts falling and we're inside, what does she label this? Sunflower butter. Oh my, that's from the Minimalist Baker. Hemp Ranch hummus. Hemp seeds replace oil in the recipe for a super creamy hummus. Less than 10 ingredients to make. Talk about beautiful pictures. This is ohmyveggies.com. Make sure you drop by and see that website. Lots of things to see here. And here are some kind of bars. Chocolate protein bites, dates, chia seeds, hemp seeds, cacao. Protein bites from Oh She Glows are sure to keep your energy up all day long. Well, that was what we wanted to show you today for our program. It's, of course, Chat CANNA, and we wanted to show you that it's food too. It's not just CBD oil and CBD products that make us feel better, take our anxiety levels down, and give us that little oomph for the day, and how that is all working in the pharma side of things. We've talked about the hempcrete side of things. We know about paper and blue jeans and all the things that can be made from the silk. That's the bark or the very fine, nice green that's around the actual stalk of the plant. But now we're talking about food, and it is going to be an explosion when this happens. And that's why we're happy that farmers, and I keep bringing up Chris Adams. It's because I know Chris Adams. There are other people around the Red River Valley that are farming this industrially, and we're going to start getting out and make more friends with them as this thing that we're involved in starts to subside just a little bit, when I can get the injection and start feeling a little safer. But I am, as you can see, looking at me, I'm in the age risk group, I'm in the overweight risk group, and I carry a couple other things because I got bit by a wood tick, or a couple of them, 7 years ago now. And so my immune system is compromised. So I'm in several risk groups, and I'm basically sequestered here at the farm. But along with that, it's always a busy day. We're doing our Chat CANNA shows, of which tomorrow we have another one. David Ladd, the pivot guy for the Minnesota Industrial Hemp Association, will be our guest on Thursday, and we hope that you'll join in. And we are looking to have a great conversation with him. Next week's guest spots are filled in, and it's just a wonderful time all around. So, Chat CANNA for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Let's see if we can find some pumpkins. We got some pumpkins here to go away with. Absolutely. And maybe just a little bit of honey comb anyway that some bees built because they didn't have the right frame inside. Isn't that beautiful? But we will leave you with these pumpkins and say thank you so much. Join us again tomorrow, 10 a.m., actually every day, Monday through Thursday, for another edition of Chat CANNA.